Aloha and welcome to our boat story. We are leaving Sandy Hook, and this is what Sandy Hook looks like in the daytime. We arrived really late last night, about 9 o'clock from Cape May, and we were dragging because we didn't put enough chain out. We dragged almost into the U.S. Coast Guard station. Really would have liked to visit Sandy Hook. It looks like a nice fort area to explore, but we are going to head up north because our goal is Canada, and so we are going to head to the Statue of Liberty right now. We may push on further into the Hudson. So this is Sandy Hook and the bay here at Sandy Hook. Follow as we go up the Hudson past the Statue of Liberty. Aloha, we are Sava, Cynthia, and Alex, along with our two dogs, Lucy and Shadow. We're traveling America's Great Loop, a 6,000-mile North American waterway from Florida to Canada and back down via the Mississippi. Follow us on this journey on our boat called Mahalo. You see Sandy Hook, the point right out that way is where we came from, the Atlantic. Straight ahead is New York City and the Hudson River, and that's where we're heading up, the East River here. One of the many freighters that go in and out of the New York Harbor right here. We're passing it. Gotta love sailboats. Here's one coming out of New York Harbor. Looks like a racing sailboat, doesn't it, Alex?
Yeah.
It's got like little winglets or something on the side. Got a big freighter leaving here in New York Harbor. Got some 3-foot waves following seas right now, so not too bad. It does drive the steering autopilot a little crazy. So that's a harbor pilot. Thought it was a police boat. Sure looked like a police boat. And there's a big freighter coming through right now. Big freighter. Aliyai. Not sure what all that water is coming out of the anchors. Someone knows what the story is and why there's so much water coming out of the anchor area. Put it in the comments below.
So over here we have the fort. We're going underneath the Verrazano Narrows Bridge. We got quite a bit of little chop right here. But the waves are definitely a little bit higher and more bulky. We were commenting on these two sailboats that are really just bobbing out here. So as much as our boat is moving, theirs is bobbing more. So as you can look up, we are going under the bridge right now, even as we speak.
It is getting really busy here in the New York Harbor, but quick shot out front. We got New York, Manhattan to the right there on the tall buildings, New Jersey there with the Statue of Liberty. Liberty on the other side. We have a orange ferry crossing. We have ferries going from either side. Got all these freighters parked here, or whatever they are. So we're heading to that Statue of Liberty right there and hope to get a picture and then head up the river. That's our plan right this moment. Another view of New York City right there in downtown Manhattan. Then you have New Jersey, Statue of Liberty. Should be there in the next 30 minutes or so. These are the dogs not knowing what's going on.
Going over. There's a sailboat right now that's in front of the Statue of Liberty, and I think, if my eyes aren't deceiving me, I think that's a line of people maybe. Tourists perhaps waiting to go in the statue, if that's still allowed. Here for the Ellis Island. So this is Ellis Island. You can see the low brown buildings and then the really fancy building with the decorative roof. This is Ellis Island, just past the Statue of Liberty.
One more shot of the Manhattan skyline, New York City right here. It's very, very, very busy with ferries on an overcast day. View of the Hudson from Manhattan, looking up the river. The tide should be pushing us here in just about 30 minutes. You might make out the Statue of Liberty behind us. We just passed it, and then Ellis Island. And then there's this big clock that says Colgate. Pretty cool. 3:08 in the afternoon. All right, New York City. We're passing New York City, and we got these, what are these, Cindy? Mushrooms? Trees? Alex says it's a park. We don't know what it is. If you know what it is, put it in the comments below. We'd love to hear what it is. Manhattan, of course, down that way, and it seems like every boat on the river seems to be heading straight for us. There's a really weird building up there. It has like a platform on top. Alex thinks it's for parties. I have no idea. Observation deck, maybe. Yeah, lots and lots of helicopters. And I think we're, yeah, I don't know. This Empire State Building, I believe, is straight ahead there in the middle. Going straight upriver here.
Here's some of the irregular buildings, and we're not sure what this netting is, but it almost looks like you could hit a golf ball. Not sure that's what it is, but very interesting. And then here you have some beautiful buildings in the skyline. Check out the observation deck on that tallest building. We have a sailboat out here trying to navigate the chop like us. There's a little Sea-Doo over here. 2 of them playing. 3 of them. 4. Pretty busy and choppy.
We're overwhelmed with ferries in the New York Harbor area. We got the ferry over here coming towards us. We have this one here that's now going to make wakes on this side, and this one just passed us. And almost glad to get out of the area. Just overwhelmed with ferries, and they make such big wakes. It's not small wakes, big wakes. Here's the Maritime Museum, and right next to it is the cruise port where we arrived with the Carnival Benicia about a month ago, or a month and a half ago, I guess now.
Yesterday we saw Carnival Benicia heading out.
Yeah.
Pier 88 before we go off.
And there's a Concorde right next to it, and they also have a Blackbird. As far as I know, they have a Blackbird on board. USS Intrepid right there. Looks like they got a party tent on the elevator. Tail of the Concorde. So we passed Manhattan, New York City there. And this must always be the residential neighborhoods up here on the Hudson. side of New York City. It's New Jersey, and looks like all residential on this side. Right past all these New York residential buildings, got a bridge. You're gonna have to look up and see what that is right there, what bridge that is. It's a good sized bridge though. George Washington Bridge, maybe? Alright, so we got the George Washington Bridge, and traffic is snarling on that bridge. We've crossed it many times with the RV and by car going up to Prince Edward Island and other times. But yeah, George Washington Bridge, straight ahead on the Hudson River. And if you look closely, you'll see that the traffic is snarled not only on top but also underneath, because there's a two-layer bridge, kind of, so to speak. So traffic is underneath and on top. So Lucy, on the other hand, says she's done. She says, I'm done. Should be the end of the day. She says, you just look at this George Washington Bridge. Coming up the Hudson here, Yonkers. Yonkers on the right hand side. It is about 6 o'clock here as we approach Yonkers. Some good sized cliffs right here. If you look up, we saw some ruins. If you look further back, you see the George Washington Bridge right there. But yes, massive cliffs. No one really living up there, so I'm not sure what is up there. It's a shadow, Alex, and Yonkers. Coming up on Yonkers. Got good sized waves here. I mean, I would say that these are probably good 2 feet. Coming from, you know, following seas, they're coming from behind, so we're not feeling them too badly, but good sized waves here. Another view of Yonkers here at sundown. Can't seem to get behind the tide. The tide is down that way, but as we're going ahead, the time changes. And you know, so by 4 o'clock, Statue of Liberty, but up here it's like 6 o'clock before the tide changes. As you can see, that barge has not turned around. It should be facing New York. But the tide has not changed, so I'm not getting that push up the river, which I was hoping of 3-4 miles an hour. So we're only doing like just under 5 miles an hour going up the Hudson.
So this is the Tappan Zee Bridge. We see a sailboat that's still way out over on that side. Zava just saw some wood in the water. We are going straight ahead. There's a little lighthouse. We're going to go around that cove to the other side. So we have about 16 more minutes of cruising time. Here's this bridge. There is a railroad that is running on a little course parallel with the river that we've been seeing some trains on, off and on all this afternoon. One that we just saw go by looked like Amtrak, so not just a commuter train. So it was interesting. So here we go. The lighting on this bridge, it looked kind of a purple glow, pink purple. Haven't really seen it change. We were hoping that it would have some color changes to it. Still a very pretty bridge.
we're going to pull in here right past this little lighthouse. Going to anchor out here for the night and then continue on tomorrow towards Albany. So thank you for joining us. Please like, share, and subscribe. We'll see you again next week as we continue our journey up the Hudson River.